Hi, I'm Peter, the Maritime Tutor from True North Marine Training. In this video, I'm going to cover rules 1 and 2 of the Colregs. So in today's video, we're diving into rules 1 and 2 of the international regulations for the prevention of collisions at sea, also known as the Colregs. Now these rules form the foundation for safe navigation and collision prevention at sea. And rule 1 sets the stage for everything that follows. Now, it's not the intention of this video to go through the regulation word by word. There's an excerpt on the screen. Download a copy from the web if you wish, but you can see it's quite a wordy rule. The purpose of this video is to break it down, put it into layman's terms, so to speak. So what does Rule 1 say? Rule 1 of the Colregs is titled Application. It explains where and when the Colregs apply. Essentially, it tells us that the rules are, first of all, applicable to all vessels upon the high seas and in all navigable waters connected to the sea that are used by seagoing vessels. And 2, that it applies to all types of vessels, big or small, whether they're power-driven, sailing vessels, fishing vessels, even seaplanes and hovercraft. In other words, if you're operating a vessel on the water where other seagoing vessels may operate, the Colregs will apply to you. Now, are there exceptions? Yes, of course there are. In Rule 1, it allows for local and special rules. For example, local authorities may create specific rules for harbours or narrow channels, and they incorporate the international rules as well as local rules for inland waterways. There are also international agreements or treaties which may modify certain provisions for particular vessels like warships or government-owned vessels. This means you need to know not just the Colregs, but also any additional local or international rules that may apply in the waters where you are navigating. Now, Rule 1 may sound straightforward, but it's vital because it clarifies the global applicability of the rules, whether you're sailing off the coast of Australia, crossing the Atlantic, or navigating a busy port. Rule 1 makes it clear. The rules apply to you and everyone else on the water. Understanding this sets the stage for learning the rest of the rules, ensuring safety and avoiding collisions at sea. So, to summarise, Rule 1 establishes where, when and to whom the Colregs apply. It's the cornerstone of safe navigation and compliance. Finally, in this video, I want to talk about Rule 2, one of the most important principles in maritime safety. It's all about responsibility. Yours, mine, everyone's safety on the water. So let's dive in. So here again is Rule 2, an excerpt taken from the Colregs. Again, I'm not going to read it word for word. You can download it if you wish. But let's break it down and have a look at how it's intended to be understood. So Rule 2 of the Colregs is called responsibility, but it's split into 2 parts. Rule 2A, adhering to the rules. First, it reminds us that every vessel, its owner, master, crew, must comply with the rules to prevent collisions. So this is a shared responsibility, whether you're in charge of a giant cargo ship or a small recreational boat. Rule 2B, the catch-all clause, this is where it's interesting because it says Rule 2B states that even if you're following the rules, you must still do everything necessary to avoid danger. This means using good seamanship and taking action, even if it's outside the rules, if that's what's needed to prevent a collision. This clause makes Rule 2 one of the most flexible and crucial rules for safety at sea. Now, why is Rule 2 such a big deal? It's simple. It reinforces that while the Colregs are the foundation for safety, they are not foolproof. Unexpected situations like bad weather, equipment failure, or human error can and do arise. Rule 2 ensures that you're not just following the rules blindly, but also thinking critically and acting decisively to keep your vessel and others safe. Let me give you a quick example. Imagine you're on a course where there is a risk of collision between your vessel and another vessel, and they are not following the rules. You could stick to your rights and risk a collision, or you could act under Rule 2 and take evasive action to avoid disaster. The latter is obviously the better choice. This is why good seamanship, situational awareness, and quick decision making are just as important as knowing the rules. So, how can you apply Rule 2 in your day-to-day boating? Very straightforward and very simple, really. Just follow these rules. Always stay alert. Keep a proper lookout and be aware of your surroundings. Use good judgment. Don't rely solely on others to follow the rules. Be proactive. Take early and clear action to avoid dangerous situations. And finally, know your vessel. Understand its limitations and how to handle emergencies. To sum up Rule 2 then, it's all about taking responsibility. It reminds us that following the rules is critical, but so is using common sense and good seamanship to avoid collisions.